I see you've come to have your soul read, have you? Yes, come closer. The cards, they speak to me. This card right here, that is your card which shows the deepest parts of your soul. The stars have aligned for me to have pulled this card for you. Yes, it's... Oh, I knew it. It is a bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh card that just reads suicide on it. Now you may have heard that certain tarot cards, like death, do not actually symbolize death. Death only means change. This card just means what it says, though. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kickstarter in the current year. From the intro, you might be able to tell, and also from the freaking thumbnail and title of this video, that we are going to be talking about, an interesting project. We're going to be talking about, an attempt at an AI that, reads does tarot readings and all that. Now, I will add immediately that, like most projects I look at, this one doesn't actually come with a pitch video, but I think the unhinged rambling in the description and all that is gonna be enough to entertain us for quite a while, and there's enough juicy insanity to keep a medium-sized family fed and warm through the winter. So we're gonna be jumping right in here. And the project is, of course, titled A Possible Real AI Tarot Project by LLM. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying that is not a title that inspires too much confidence, not because of the tarot stuff just yet. I haven't even gotten into making fun of any of that, really, unless you count the intro. The fact that it's titled Possible and it has the word real in it, you're like, even this guy has no confidence in what he's doing. Of course, what he's doing is fucking insanity, but at least I would hope this crazy person would be fully on board with what they're doing, but this guy's just sort of like halfway there. The project is asking for about $31,000. It has raised $75 from 3 backers, 20 days to go. It's not going very far, but, I mean, let's just dig into it, shall we? Of course, throughout the entire project, you're going to see all these AI-generated images of cats. I think he has decided on, settled on this whole cat imagery, which is cool. You got a unified thing going. It looks fairly generic, though, because, I mean, it's AI-generated cat shit. You should scroll down to see the section Something You Should Know About Our Discovery before looking into our story, please. I'm gonna stop you right there, buddy. Why the hell did you not put the part that we're supposed to read first at the fucking top? Why would you do this? Why would you just not put this section, Something You Should Know About Our Discovery, at the fucking top, so that we would read it first? Who designs this? Well, okay, I figured might as well scroll down. By the way, this is like about halfway down the project, so even if you are scrolling down, you might actually freaking miss it. So it's not at the very top and it's not at the very bottom, it's just slapped in the middle of the project. But if it's so important, let's read this first. We launched our AI with an app running on WeChat mini program. We tried to cooperate with some tarot diviners in China to advertise once launched. On October 24, 2023, I met a Marseille diviner in a cafe in Canton, China to showcase our product. She used our AI to divine the lyrics of the background Japanese song we cannot understand. Question: what is this song I am hearing about? Result simplified. 3 cards, 10 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Loss about loved one, emotion, gap. Too much burden, pressure, responsibility, and hard to proceed. Loss of direction, setbacks, emotionally infertile. After we used Shazam to find out that song, we found this was a broke-up song, Always, by Mika Nakashima, and many lyrics like Unrequited Love corresponds. I'm going to go ahead and start by saying this describes, at least half the music that fucking exists on the planet. Yeah, a lot of songs are about love and losing that love. Yeah, a lot of songs are going to be about pressure, and a lot of songs are going to be about not having direction. In fact, most love songs also fit those 2 second criteria. So you didn't really narrow it down very much, but of course, generally speaking, like all this divination shit, it has to be vague to fit as much criteria as possible. Of course, you managed to like apply this meaning to this goddamn freaking song. Of course you did. And of course I did my very minor due diligence and looked these cards up. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Yeah, that's the too much burden. Fair enough, that's all accurate. 5 of Pentacles is mainly about financial setbacks, not about love. It does have the meaning of worry, but the problem is, fucking, if you're doing any kind of tarot reading, or if you're writing any kind of song, unless you're fucking writing I'm happy, or fucking hey ya, yeah, you're going to have some worry, some anxiety tied to the lyrics and the meaning of that song. And of course, if you're doing tarot card readings, you're doing them because you have some kind of concern. So the worry thing just, it applies by default. And then I looked up Queen of Cups, and the fucking meaning has nothing to do with any of these 3 options. I'm just going to put what I found is the meaning of Queen of Cups over here, and I want you to look at these options that they provided and tell me where the fuck it matches up. One of these meanings, like about loss, about love, emotion, gap, just pulled straight out of their fucking ass. They just decided this is the meaning of the card because it suited what they were talking about. They didn't... Essentially, they tried to prove that this thing could determine what this fucking song was behind them that they were listening to, and it was a love song. None of the cards they pulled actually explicitly mention love, so they just shoehorn it in there. I mean, this is basically about love. It's not, though. It's not. None of these cards say anything about love. Get fucked. Okay, now that I've already destroyed the project, let's just look through the actual story. Life is so fucked as people in the whole earth are doubting the life of mystery, the destiny, the fate, the God, and so was I and my postgraduate study at U Waterloo. So, what you're going to notice if you read through the entire thing here is that this person is basically extremely upset about their life being shit because they're not having a good time, that they're not a very successful developer. If you look in their description, you'll find references to projects that just you can't find online, that don't really exist anymore. Like the reference pretty consistently, but at the same time, there's just fucking nothing here. So it kind of makes sense that this person would end up into this kind of thing. I clearly have seen the power of social connection, that a non-CS engineering background student can be so preferred by the professor that all resources are prioritized for her, while all others are secondary, eliminating chances for us to thrive. I possess the CS Bachelor and Postgrad degree in Artificial Intelligence already before I started my second AI postgrad at U Waterloo. However, looks like UW is not a place for talent or specialization, but cronyism and nepotism. Holy... He's just going for the fucking jugular on U Waterloo. I know nothing about his university, but man, they must really suck then. I'm just going to skip down a little bit, so... let's look at the reasoning of what was behind this idea of putting a tarot card reading AI together. As we processed a large amount of information, we found that the science astronomy is derived or formally separated from astrology when an astronomical telescope was invented. It sure was. As we know, astrology is considered pseudoscience by modern science because experiments about personal fate and characters have failed at accuracy. However, if this tool is considered fake, why would people stick with it in that era? And most astronomers were astrologists at that time. I mean, if blood sacrifices don't fucking work, why did the Carthaginians keep killing infants? If they don't work, then why would they do that? Scientific tools brought us more capacity of Scientific tools brought us more capacity of precising things, that is not a fucking word, such that we witness more variables and parameters of an unknown system or expand our knowledge about it. Parameters of actual astrology. Planets 10, zodiac signs 12, houses 12, degrees per sign 30, common aspects 5, pair combinations C 10, 2, nodes 2, So 700, it does calculation 789 possible results. While in modern astrology, these astrologists use more generalized factors to reduce complexity because human cannot do that much computation. Nodes and degrees are ignored, replaced by ascending signs. 477, just a bunch of bullshit happening here. Why our AI is working? So this is the selling point. Why does the AI work? And we know that AI has different bits for tensors, 16 floating points, 32 and 64. The larger the number is, the greater the expressive power, accuracy, and generalization. And this pattern rings a bell, does it? I think astrology on fate is not a pseudo or fraud science, but is just that ancient people at that time don't have the capacity to do computations with that preciseness with numbers. In order to achieve generalization, they came up with fundamental signs or symbols to perform the computations, enough for that era. I don't care if you believe in this stuff. I don't mind it. You can believe in it. You can use it to like make some decisions. That's not neither here nor there. I don't really care about it. This guy makes no fucking sense to me. He is a CSAI major. He is simultaneously super into tech and wants to like make all these calculations happen and have this thing be very precise. And he's basically in his way like giving the most backhanded possible compliment to like the ancient people who were using tarot readings. He's basically saying, you know, they were doing the best they could with their readings with the technology they had at the time. But at the same time, if you want to make the claim that their readings were legitimate and that this is all has some kind of point to it, wouldn't that mean, well, either your AI that is supposed to do this like very exact reading isn't necessary because what the people already do is you know, logical and it makes sense and it works, or you're saying that what they're doing doesn't work, and as such it actually doesn't make sense to make this AI because the process is flawed from the get-go. You have no, you know, you can't really improve on a faulty system when this faulty system by itself doesn't function, which is sort of what you're implying here. Whatever, let's keep reading. And astronomy is derived from astrology because we have telescope to witness the deeper levels of numerical parameters of the universe instead of equivocal outdated paperwork. Astronomy is not derived from astrology. You're basically just saying, well, both of these involve looking up into the fucking sky, so basically they're the same thing, and because astrology kinda sorta came first, that means astronomy is derived from it. Well, no, they deal with very different fucking things. In other words, there is no pseudoscience, but we increase the accuracy of our understanding about the universe as we expand the scale of parameters from old tools we called mystery or occult. I don't want to bring the blood sacrifices back, but your argument can't fucking be, well, if this already originally works, we can make it more accurate and therefore it's not science, you know? Homeopathy is bullshit whether or not you have a human measure how much of a freaking wolf's bane you put into a glass of a fucking jug of water with a pipette, or you have a freaking robot do it. It's going to be bullshit and do nothing either way. So what are you fucking saying? I'll just keep going. What we have already: a mature AI model deployed already on AWS, an app running web chats, a mini program, an app that runs on WeChat, which does not need installation, okay? Logic of our app, and this is the final point I really want to look at, because this is the final point that I'd feel like just puts the final nail in the coffin, alright? Logic of our app. User divination question. So you basically put a question into the freaking machine. Then, user selects 3, 6, or 9, so number of cards you pull. Then you wait for the AI, which actually just generates random numbers at this point, and AI's each result for each, that whatever the fuck is even saying this, what they're trying to say, you basically pull 3, 6, or 9 cards. This is just a random number generator. And I'm also going to add, if this is essentially a random number generator, wouldn't it function just as well if you used a random one off the internet? What makes this one special? Because if the planets are sort of affecting every single thing of like on Earth, everything that happens on Earth is a result of all these planets and the way they all act and shit. Well, surely the random atmospheric noise that creates random numbers in random number generators, well, all that has got to be affected by the same planets and the same stars anyway. So like, they should function the exact same way, shouldn't they? This is basically making the Ask God thing on Temple OS, except this is far less interesting than getting a random string of words. You know, Terry had a lot more going on than this. He had a fucking elephant with blue eyes. You don't got that going on. You just got a bunch of cats. The lowest tier you can get access to is at VIP 1, unlimited usage for 1 month at 15 Canadian dollars. 36 you get 6 months, and you get unlimited usage for 1 year at $66. Lifetime usage at $100. Oh, and if you pay $220, you can just get normal tarot cards. And if you look at the image attached, you will get such cards as Content, Kurpefurther, and Hupuvufur. So you know what? I think it's actually worth it to get the most fucked set of tarot cards ever devised on this goddamn earth. That's gonna be doing it for today's video. I just wanna reiterate, it's completely fine if you wanna do this shit, but I will point out, if this stuff worked, and if you could put it into an AI that could do this shit so precisely, guaranteed you something like CIA or whoever else would have developed this shit already, they would already be running it. You know, every political decision to ever happen, you know, Joe Biden would just wake up every day and log on to his tarot card AI and make that decision through that. But that doesn't quite happen, because it doesn't fucking work like that. About the fact that this is the thumbnail for the project. And you might be saying, "Oh, come on, Walter. You're not gonna be that guy, right? You're not gonna be insinuating that the only reason that an attractive young woman would have a cutesy picture of her on her Kickstarter thumbnail superimposed on top of the actual image that's supposed to be of the game idea. You know, the only reason that she would do that is to bait some simps. You know, you're not going to be insinuating that. Yes, I am. I have every reason to do so. Especially